18 black celebrities who had the most luxurious mansions. Oprah Winfrey, Eddie Murphy, and Tyler Perry are shocking names associated with luxurious real estate and the hidden corners behind the glamour. You will be shocked to hear their stories about the price of fame, power, and the secrets buried beneath the sparkling crystal chandeliers. We are our memory vault, your companion in this video. This video is designed to be a companion suitable for you to enjoy during your moments of rest at a warm family dinner or while doing light housework. All information in the video is carefully researched and distilled from many documentary sources by the Our Memory Vault team. However, knowledge is endless. If there are any details you would like to contribute, please do not hesitate to leave a comment below so we can improve every day. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and turn on notifications to be the first to watch our newest videos. Now, let us begin right away with our first figures. Oprah Winfrey. The gates of the Promised Land estate open up to a completely separate world, a kingdom that Oprah Winfrey built with her own hands after countless harsh societal prejudices. For audiences who have accompanied many of life's ups and downs, the image of a poor black girl from rural Mississippi rising to become the queen of television is always a deeply moving and inspiring story. Her ownership of a massive estate is not simply a display of wealth, but a clear testament to her extraordinary will to survive. She had to overcome countless rejections, doubts, and harsh discrimination in the early stages of her career to gradually affirm her solid position. In 2001, Oprah decided to spend about $50 million to acquire the real estate in Montecito. This is a classic Georgian-style mansion spanning over 23,000 square feet, situated on 40 acres of land amidst the stunning nature of California. This place appears like a perfect picture with fragrant rose gardens, rolling lawns, a quiet tea house, babbling fountains, and panoramic views of both the vast ocean and majestic mountains. Every small corner in the mansion is delicately designed to bring absolute silence, creating a perfect retreat after stressful and tiring hours of work. From a personal perspective, the Our Memory Vault channel believes this mansion carries a deeper meaning than its external material value. It is not just a house, but a fortress protecting the peace of a legend who has had to bear too much pressure from the public eye. After decades of dedication, changing the face of daytime television and comforting millions of lives, the luxury here is the right to control her personal life, the right to choose silence. It is a completely well-deserved reward for someone who has dedicated her youth to listening, to sharing with, and understanding the world. If Oprah's mansion is a fortress of peace, the estate of our next figure will amaze you with how he turned laughter into generational wealth. Stay with us to discover who this Hollywood icon is. Eddie Murphy. Behind the heavily guarded gates of the North Beverly Park area, actor Eddie Murphy's mansion emerges as a fulfilling low note, closing out the most brilliant, glorious days of Hollywood. To our generation of viewers who once shared hearty laughs through classic cinematic works like Beverly Hills Cop or Coming to America, Eddie Murphy is an irreplaceable monument. His rise from a young man from Brooklyn to becoming the world's top comedy star is a spectacular journey. This mansion is the symbol of the massive generational wealth he painstakingly built over decades of relentless dedication to his art. Without the noisy, ostentatious vibe of event red carpets, this estate speaks with a voice of majesty through classic Mediterranean architecture covering tens of thousands of square feet. The mansion's grounds stand out with expansive rolling lawns, a stunning swimming pool, a sports court, a private movie theater, and even a modern bowling alley. Every architectural detail, with exquisite arches and vast spaces, is meticulously designed to optimally serve the entertainment, bonding, and relaxation needs of a large family. This is truly an isolated oasis where the homeowner can enjoy a luxurious life without fear of being bothered by the outside world. Through the analytical lens of Our Memory Vault, the most luxurious thing in this house is not found in the marble gates or the expensive movie theater, but rather in absolute autonomy. A man who spent his entire youth bringing laughter to the whole world ultimately chose silence instead of constantly appearing before the public. This mansion is a fortress built from talent, timing, and an incredible ability to survive the harsh environment of Hollywood. It shows us that the most brilliant success is sometimes having the right to disappear from the whirlwind of gossip, retreating to enjoy priceless peace with your most beloved ones. Tyler Perry. The driveway leading to Tyler Perry's former estate in Atlanta is not simply a road, but it takes the shape of a powerful manifesto on the will to rise from adversity. For anyone who has been through difficult times and the ups and downs of life, Tyler Perry's story will surely touch the heart and leave a deep sense of admiration. From a homeless man having to sleep for months in a beat-up car facing countless rejections and sarcastic remarks, he resiliently rose to become a formidable cultural force in America. This magnificent estate is a symbol in stone and glass, a living testament to the power of faith and the tireless effort of a human being. Situated on a nearly 17-acre wooded lot, this French provincial-style mansion boasts a staggering living space of over 34,000 square feet. Inside the house is a breathtaking world of amenities with 7 luxurious bedrooms, a professional-grade movie theater, a gymnasium, a classic library, a wine cellar, and even a majestic underground ballroom. The outdoor space is equally spectacular, with a beautiful infinity pool, a tennis court, a separate guest house, a helipad, and a breathtaking panoramic view of the gentle Chattahoochee River, completely separated from the bustling world outside. Through the lens of our memory vault, what makes Tyler Perry great does not stop at owning a gorgeously luxurious private residence. His macro vision reaches even further as he decided to transform a former military base into Tyler Perry Studios, one of the largest film production spaces owned by a black person in America. If the house shows what money can buy, the studio proves what ownership can create. He did not choose to keep knocking on Hollywood's doors begging for an opportunity, but instead built his own kingdom, opening the doors to welcome those who were once left behind. That is the true and most enduring value of a legacy. But does extreme luxury always bring eternal peace? Or does it sometimes come with incredibly expensive costs? The hidden corners behind the mansion of the Queen of Music up next will surely leave you deep in thought. Mary J. Blige. The front doors of the Saddle River Estate, owned by Mary J. Blige, open into a quiet space that perhaps only those who have weathered many of life's great storms can fully understand. The Queen of Hip-Hop's soul was once the resonant voice that soothed the wounded hearts of countless music lovers from previous generations. In 2008, she decided to purchase the estate valued at approximately $12.3 million in New Jersey, officially adding her name to the list of residents in one of the state's most exclusive and expensive enclaves. This action was not just a financial investment, but also a way for her to reward herself, marking a new beginning after her efforts to rise from adversity. This mansion, deeply imbued with French Renaissance architecture, spans over 13,000 square feet, situated amidst a heavily guarded compound of more than 4 acres. Inside the estate is a high-class living space with 8 bedrooms, 9 luxurious bathrooms, and a series of lavish amenities such as a 14-seat movie theater, a precious wine cellar, a modern elevator, multiple cozy fireplaces, and an indoor basketball court. The outdoor area impresses with a pavilion next to a gorgeous swimming pool, creating the feeling of being lost in a luxury private resort. Everything is designed to create a safe distance far away from the noise of the stage lights. Through the contemplative view of our memory vault, this house is like a healing remedy, a safe haven for her to close the door on the pain that the public once witnessed her sing through in every song. However, life always harbors unexpected variables. After many years of attachment, Mary had to list the house for sale at a price much lower than when she bought it, facing a loss of millions of dollars. This detail brings a profound weight to the story. Even the most illustrious legends cannot avoid financial pressure and unexpected events. Luxury sometimes cannot protect a person from life's storms, but most importantly, she has always known how to stand up and powerfully start over. Naomi Campbell. Completely different from the suffocating luxury castles amidst noisy urban areas, The sea breeze, carrying the salty taste of the ocean, weaves through every corner of Naomi Campbell's villa in Malindi, even before the prying camera lenses can find her face. The British supermodel has created a heavenly retreat located on the dreamy Indian Ocean coast of Kenya. After decades of striving and rising to become one of the most powerful women in the international fashion industry, she chose to step back, seeking a peaceful hideaway to escape the harsh daily grind, the blinding flashbulbs, and the complex calculations of the glamorous entertainment world. Naomi's villa does not scream wealth with gold-plated walls or cold marble blocks. Instead, this place exudes a pristine, liberal beauty that perfectly blends with the surrounding nature. The house stands out with an open design, a roof thatched with traditional Makuti palm leaves, and exquisite hand-carved wooden details by local artisans. The living space prioritizes the use of natural materials, fully embracing the sunlight and fresh sea breeze, instead of being closed off in air-conditioned rooms. Every small corner expresses a deep respect for and celebration of profound indigenous cultural values. Our memory vault is deeply impressed by Naomi Campbell's distinct mindset shown through this property. Instead of building solid concrete fences to separate herself from the world, like many other stars often do, she chose to expand her living space toward the ocean and the tranquility of nature. For a woman who has had to endure the immense pressure of being scrutinized, judged, and visually copied for over 30 years of her career, true luxury is no longer jewelry or branded goods, but rather the space to relax her mind and live true to her authentic self. Furthermore, she uses her influence to promote the beauty of Kenya, turning her private retreat into a proud bridge honoring African roots and cultural identity. Lenny Kravitz, an old coffee plantation on the outskirts of Rio de Janeiro, was transformed by rock icon Lenny Kravitz into a completely separate world where there is only stone sunlight music and original memories. To the generation of audiences associated with the explosive era of rock music from previous decades, Lenny Kravitz is always a living definition of freedom and a romantic style. When he set foot in beautiful Brazil during a tour, he was so captivated by this land that he decided to buy a compound covering nearly 1,000 acres, surrounded by majestic mountains, lush green canopies, and the absolute silence of the great outdoors. This estate does not bear the appearance of a standard luxury mansion by the usual standards of entertainment stars. Instead, it is a complete ecosystem for farming design art and energy regeneration. Kravitz skillfully transformed the old Portuguese colonial estate into a luxurious sanctuary without losing its inherent soul and historical imprint. The complex includes guest quarters, a modern gym, a poetic outdoor pool, and a professional recording studio. All are shaped by a unique aesthetic taste, focusing on surface textures, architectural rhythm, and the historical story of the artist himself. From an analytical standpoint, our memory vault notes that owning such a vast space for Kravitz is an affirmation of ultimate freedom. It is the freedom to disappear from the hustle and bustle of the entertainment industry, to breathe and live beyond the encirclement of fame. The amazement this farm brings lies not in luxurious material blocks, but in how he turned it into a living work of art with a harmonious combination of contemporary international interior design and heritage-rich Brazilian crafts. This place is not just a house, but a space to nurture the soul where a Black artist can freely create without needing anyone's permission. Sean Diddy Combs. The gates of the Holmby Hills mansion once witnessed extravagant upper-class party nights, legendary recording sessions, and a level of access to the peak of the entertainment world that most of the public could only see through a small screen. In 2014, Sean Diddy Combs spent about $39 million to own this real estate, officially placing his name in the center of one of the most exclusive and expensive areas in Beverly Hills. For audiences who witnessed the explosion of 90s hip-hop music, Diddy is not just a rapper, but a symbol of business acumen, the man who turned street music into a massive financial empire. This magnificent mansion spans an area of about 17,000 square feet, possessing 10 luxurious bedrooms, a family movie theater, a premium wine cellar, a sports gym, a separate guest house, and a modern recording studio built specifically for a media mogul. For a decade, this estate appeared as a living monument to the ultimate success of a black man, where achievements in fashion, the beverage business, and music were materialized through glossy rooms. However, luxury sometimes carries a somber and deeply reflective tone when major life events strike, completely changing the public's perspective. Through the contemplative lens of our memory vault, the story of the Holmby Hills mansion offers a profound lesson about the fragile boundary between glory and turbulence in the upper-class world. When legal pressures and scandals emerged, this magnificent home suddenly became a symbol of isolation and the burden of fame, rather than a place to celebrate victory. The fact that this real estate was later put up for sale shows that a lavish palace can prove absolute power at a given time, but it cannot shelter or soothe the storms of life when the spiral of fate changes. It stands there as a silent witness, reminding us of the true price of the spotlight. Beyoncé and Jay-Z, a proud concrete palace reigning over the deep blue ocean of Malibu, has turned the private world of Beyoncé and Jay-Z into one of the most powerful and weighty real estate statements in contemporary entertainment history. For audiences who love pop music, this couple's journey from small stages in Houston and poor streets in Brooklyn to standing on top of the world is an unprecedented story. The expensive mansion, designed by Japanese architectural genius Tadao Ando, was not built to bring standard warmth or normalcy. It rises with massive solid concrete walls, minimalist lines, and an absolute silence facing the sea. The record price of about $200 million for this real estate is not the only shocking detail, but what truly makes people reflect is the design philosophy behind it. This is not a house of excess ostentation or golden sparkles in a traditional royal style. This estate takes the shape of a private art museum, carved from concrete and tempered glass, strictly guarded by vast space, isolated distance, and the fresh air of the ocean. It is proof that money, music, copyrights, and cultural power have been materialized into an architectural scale of an era. From the lens of our memory vault, the greatest luxury inside this fortress is not found in million-dollar pools or views, but in silence and absolute privacy. Beyoncé built her empire through iron discipline and top-tier image control, while Jay-Z affirmed his position thanks to sharp business thinking that goes beyond the borders of music. Together, they did not just buy rooms or simple entertainment amenities, they single-handedly created an inviolable monument to their success. The Malibu mansion stands there as a cold yet proud reminder that the excellence of Black people can completely redefine an entire skyline. Tyrese Gibson. The winding staircase inside actor Tyrese Gibson's Atlanta mansion is designed with a deeply cinematic feel, featuring marble-tiled crystal chandeliers and a solemn, quiet space awaiting the homeowner's first steps. Audiences of the previous generation are certainly no strangers to Tyrese, an R&B vocalist with inner strength and a star who appeared in global blockbuster film franchises like Fast and Furious or Transformers. Upon opening the doors to this French chateau-style estate of over 25,000 square feet, he introduced a magnificent living space that still maintains a cozy feel, a place filled with personal marks and stories of gratitude. The most unique and astonishing highlight inside the house is the appearance of two giant Transformers statues up to 16 feet tall, standing majestically like loyal guards right in the formal living room space. Placing cinematic robot models next to classic chandeliers shows a strong, unmixed artistic personality and the way he cherishes the milestones that changed his life. The vast outdoor campus possesses a beautiful swimming pool and an outdoor movie theater space, bringing the feeling of a luxury resort complex built specifically to serve the gatherings of family and close friends. Under the contemplative analysis of our memory vault, this mansion is not merely a symbol of luxury, but an emotional architectural diary of success. Tyrese has never hidden his past of having to rely on social assistance and the hardships of a single mother raising her child, which makes the current giant house carry the meaning of a spectacular breakthrough from poverty. Every room, every decorative detail, is an affirmation of the journey from a poor boy in Watts who always had to look at wealth from afar to now being able to build a safe kingdom to protect his loved ones and preserve priceless memories. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz, sitting proudly on the steep cliffs of La Jolla, the Razor House Mansion, emerges as an architectural masterpiece, perfectly combining glass concrete and the breadth of the vast ocean. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz acquired this futuristic masterpiece in 2019 for about $20.8 million, turning it into a private sanctuary for music art and family love. To audiences who appreciate true artistic values, this power couple is always a symbol of relentless creativity, where a female singer holding multiple Grammy Awards combines with a music producer possessing a genius mindset. The structure of over 10,000 square feet, designed by legendary architect Wallace E. Cunningham, possesses transparent glass walls, blurring the boundary between the living space and the horizon of the Pacific Ocean. Luxury here is defined by sophistication and top-tier art appreciation thinking, rather than noisy ostentation. The most special point that makes this house unique is that it is used to display artworks belonging to the Dean Collection, a large-scale contemporary art collection focused on honoring Black artists and preserving precious cultural memories of humanity. Through the view of the Our Memory Vault channel, the Razor House carries an incredibly positive and distinct energy compared to the majority of mansions of other entertainment stars. It is not tied to scandals or temporary glamour, but emerges as a highly directional and deep living space. It is known that Swizz Beatz set the image of this house as his phone wallpaper for many years before actually owning it, turning this deal into a powerful, inspiring story about the power of perseverance and realizing dreams. Amidst the windy space of the Malibu cliffs, the house is an eloquent testament showing that when wealth goes hand in hand with knowledge and peak aesthetic taste, it will create legacy values that last over time. Lil Wayne, the proud Allison Island, has given male artist Lil Wayne a stunning riverside kingdom. This place is exquisitely carved from high-quality glass and mahogany, always shining brilliantly under the signature sunlight of the windy Miami coast. His journey from a childhood full of hardships in the New Orleans area to becoming a global music icon is always an inspiring story. At the time, he decided to buy this modern-style estate for about $16.8 million. He turned a heavily guarded address into a living testament to effort. For our older generation of audiences who always appreciate the fruits of diligent labor, this is not merely a glamorous asset, but proof of the resilient perseverance to rise from adversity. This luxurious mansion spans an area of approximately 10,000 square feet, providing a truly overwhelming living space with 7 beautifully designed bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. The house boasts a series of top-tier amenities, including a modern commercial elevator, a plush movie theater, an expensive wine cellar, and a highly impressive entryway with towering ceilings. The outdoor space opens up to a rare resort paradise with a crystal-clear swimming pool, breezy cabanas, and especially a private coastline of over 110 feet. Every small corner of the structure is meticulously cared for to honor refinement. From the contemplative perspective of Our Memory Vault, the most core value of this real estate is the meaning of protection. Behind the exterior of an artist who is always edgy, full of personality, and loud before the public, the mansion appears like a soft, invisible armor shielding him from massive pressures. The fact that he later listed this real estate for sale at a price many times higher shows an extremely sharp investment mindset. However, above all material values, this is an absolute haven of peace, an incredibly well-deserved reward exchanged for years of dedicating himself fully, constantly renewing himself, and firmly overcoming all the harshest challenges of the scandal-filled entertainment industry. Kanye West, the cold concrete wall facing the vast ocean on the coast of Malibu is where Kanye West once sketched a dream of a home minimized to absolute silence. In 2021, this highly talented and equally controversial male artist spent a massive sum of $57.3 million to own an incredibly rare coastal architectural masterpiece. This is a work designed by the renowned Japanese architect Tadao Ando, instantly putting Kanye's name on the list of figures holding the most talked about real estate in America. To audiences who have followed his highly sublime artistic path, this bold decision seemed to be an inevitable step to assert a completely different living class that transcends all normal boundaries. This house was absolutely not built to serve daily living needs or enjoy amenities in a normal way. It is a powerful manifesto of architectural art, standing out with rigid angular lines, open spaces, blending with nature, and a spatial control deeply imbued with minimalist philosophy. However, the eccentric artistic vision of the owner pushed this asset into an incredibly strange and regretful turning point. According to many reputable sources, the main doors, windows, electrical and plumbing systems, and expensive interior finishes were completely dismantled during an unfinished renovation process, leaving a bare structure exposed to the harsh sea winds. Our memory vault believes that the story of this Malibu mansion offers a profoundly deep lesson about the fragility of limits in art and ambition. A masterpiece, originally born to become a symbol of eternity, ultimately turned into a heap of unfinished ruins, reflecting the very turbulent soul and highly risky decisions of its owner. The fact that the house was later sold at a heavy loss turned it from a proud architectural trophy into a public symbol of collapse. It reminds us that the most magnificent luxury is sometimes also the most unstable thing, and no matter how great fame is, it cannot cover the precarious voids in a person's inner world. Rick Ross. Rick Ross proudly named his massive estate in the state of Georgia the Promised Land, and that name rings out not like a superficial decorative title, but like a resolute oath of power. This mansion, located in the Fayetteville area, was already incredibly famous before it was owned by the male rapper, because it was once the estate of the legendary former boxing champion, Evander Holyfield. To audiences passionate about strong upward mobility, the story of Rick Ross taking over and turning this place into a symbol for a music empire brings deep admiration. It affirms a clear truth that a true leader will never rent dreams. Instead, they will choose to take ownership and single-handedly build a solid foundation for their own life. Vastly spreading over hundreds of acres, this real estate possesses a scale that makes anyone overwhelmed with over 100 top-tier luxurious rooms. The driveway leading to the mansion consists of long shaded roads, majestic giant pillars, exquisite fountains, and a massive swimming pool, bringing the feel of a world-class resort complex. Unlike other stars who often hide their wealth behind closed gates, Rick Ross uses this space as a dazzling stage to show off his prosperity. This place has had the honor of hosting countless spectacular supercar exhibitions, extravagant parties, and even became a filming location for a Hollywood blockbuster movie. From the perspective of the Our Memory Vault channel, the extreme luxury of the Promised Land is not merely material excess, but it is a highly sharp personal branding strategy. Starting from the hard streets of making a living in the Miami area, Rick Ross understands better than anyone the value of turning wealth into real-life cinematic footage. This mega mansion is the perfect materialization of the authoritative mogul image that he has always built in his musical works. It proves that in the highly competitive entertainment industry, a great house is not just a place for shelter from the rain and sun, but also a sharp tool to assert an exclusive position. Rihanna. The solid gates in the high-end residential area of Beverly Hills are carefully protecting much more than just magnificent marble slabs or exquisitely designed glass panes. They are safeguarding a completely private world of female artist Rihanna, the talented woman who turned a sweet voice from the distant island of Barbados into a multi-billion-dollar business empire. In 2021, she decided to spend about $13.8 million to own a classic mansion built in the 1930s, offering a beautiful panoramic view of Coldwater Canyon. This highly wise investment decision not only reflects her sharp business acumen, but also marks a brilliantly mature transition for the female singer. This tranquil estate proudly possesses 5 cozy bedrooms, 7 modern bathrooms, along with a shaded courtyard space, a stunning pool, and a premium spa wellness area. Every space is meticulously designed to perfectly serve both the need for family bonding and the expression of the owner's authority. However, what truly shocked the media was that just a few months later, she continued to splash out money to buy the real estate right next door for about $10 million. This action created a supermassive complex, providing a rare level of privacy, helping her completely separate her personal life, maternal responsibilities, and business work from millions of prying eyes of the public. Our memory vault feels incredibly impressed by Rihanna's highly strategic and brave choice. For her, luxury has never been a superficial or meaningless display. This real estate accurately reflects her spectacular upward journey from a young black girl once underestimated by critics to now proudly owning separate kingdoms and holding the power to dominate both the fashion and beauty industries. The closed gates at Beverly Hills do not just carry a decorative meaning for the sake of it, but they are golden boundaries set by her own hands to protect her peace. That is a firm affirmation that after many years of dedication, the world no longer has the right to interfere in her inner life. Sarah and Russell Wilson. The poetic Cherry Hills Village area was once a romantic backdrop for a hopeful chapter in the family life of female singer Ciara and famous football player Russell Wilson. In 2022, shortly after Russell officially moved to play for the Denver Broncos team, this power couple created a seismic shift in the real estate market when they bought a mega mansion with classic European architectural style for a record price of up to $25 million. To audiences who always cherish core family values, the image of this couple building a grand home appears as a completely well-deserved sweet fruit after countless relentless efforts, iron discipline, and the fierce religious faith of both. This majestic house spreads over a usable area of nearly 20,000 square feet, surrounded by a lush green campus of over 5 acres, with incredibly elaborately pruned gardens. Stepping through the majestic entrance, the space inside brings a perfect combination of discipline and soothing softness. The mansion includes 4 warm bedrooms, 12 luxurious bathrooms, a family movie theater, a heated indoor swimming pool, a standard basketball court, and a separate apartment for guests. Especially the vast garage area is large enough to hold a massive car collection, turning this place into a self-contained resort ready to meet all the entertainment and relaxation needs of the members. Under the profound analytical lens of our memory vault, this splendid asset is not only a perfect picture of success, but it also carries within it a very realistic story about the continuous shifts of life. When Russell's sports contract ended sooner than expected, the couple had to make the decision to resell this estate in 2024 and accept a significant loss compared to the original price. This detail turns the house from a symbol of prosperity into a testament to the flexibility and excellent adaptability of famous families. Ultimately, no matter how grand the concrete walls or basketball courts are, the most precious thing is still love and a solid bond to step through all the difficult turns of fate together. Drake. The mansion named the Embassy, located in the expensive Bridle Path area of the city of Toronto, emerges as a proud affirmation of a man determined to never turn his back on his homeland. To audiences who always respect their roots, male artist. Drake's decision to build his estate right in his birthplace holds an incredibly sacred meaning. He single-handedly created a manifesto in solid limestone, an eloquent testament that a once unknown boy has now firmly risen to become a black music star with the most influence globally. Inside this massive architectural block of nearly 50,000 square feet is a world of amenities that exceeds all imagination. The most overwhelming highlight is the spectacular NBA standard indoor basketball court, brilliantly illuminated by a stunning skylight system. Accompanying that is a standard recording studio, an indoor swimming pool, a trophy display room, and a handcrafted piano. The master bedroom area takes up nearly 3,000 square feet, equipped with a marble bathtub and unique interior furnishings, creating a living space deeply imbued with an exclusive mark. Through the multi-dimensional lens of our memory vault, The embassy carries a strangely heavy emotional weight because it is both a magnificent palace and resembles a fortress. Building an estate in the city that nurtured him makes the mansion take on the shape of a loyal protector. It is as if he is trying to preserve pure childhood memories from the impacts of fame. The vastness makes us marvel, but the core message is truly powerful. Brilliant success can absolutely be carved into proud architectural legacies. The Weekend, the prestigious Bel Air area, officially became a part of Abel Tesfayev's mythical story the moment he decided to buy the $70 million mega mansion. Male singer The Weekend, who was born into an immigrant family of Ethiopian descent, used his very deep-seated desires and loneliness to turn himself into a global pop music powerhouse. To those who have experienced the winds and storms of life, the transformation from an unknown nobody to a superstar owning the most expensive house in America is a remarkably brave and truly admirable upward journey. This giant mansion of over 33,000 square feet is delicately designed to perfectly harmonize peaceful, quiet moments and brilliant luxury. The space inside includes 9 gorgeous bedrooms, a modern movie theater, a top-tier recording studio, a sauna room, indoor and outdoor swimming pools, along with a high-class sports court. Every smallest detail is carefully tended to aiming for an open space with panoramic views covering the entire Bel Air Country Club, excellently serving a soul that always lives in sound but yearns for a safe distance from the noise. The Our Memory Vault channel realizes a profound truth that luxury for the weekend does not erase loneliness, but it only clothes that loneliness in marble slabs and tempered glass layers. The house became even more famous when it was chosen as a filming location, blurring the boundary between personal inner life and the universe of fame. The shock lies not only in the massive price, but in the spectacular journey from singing anonymously to owning a majestic palace where the hidden corners of fame are carefully kept. Travis Scott. The steep road leading into the Brentwood residential area opens up a living space with a bold, groundbreaking feel even before anyone has time to touch the front door. Male artist Travis Scott spent about $23.5 million in 2020 to add one of the most uniquely futuristic-style houses in California to his collection. To audiences who are always looking for novelty, this bold architectural thinking is truly a breakthrough breeze. The mansion sits on a hilltop possessing a panoramic view of the city with a softly undulating yet solid design perfectly simulating the sleek lines of a luxurious modern yacht. Inside this vast space of over 16,000 square feet, luxury is elevated into a visual art performance. The property makes a strong impression with its rooftop parking capability and an automated gallery room capable of holding 20 supercars. The entrance stands out with a handcrafted Japanese wooden sculpture leading the way to an open space with a cozy fireplace, a marble kitchen, and transparent glass walls. The entertainment floor below is a private paradise with a 15-seat movie theater, a sauna room, a game space, and a strictly temperature-controlled wine cellar. From the observing lens of our memory vault, the true power of this mansion lies in how it perfectly reflects the highly energetic yet tightly controlled creative world of Travis Scott. The house is not merely a place to live, but it is a grand private stage, a cinematic architectural work designed to be remembered forever. Hiding quietly at the end of a cul-de-sac and wrapped by state-of-the-art security systems, this is a lavish fortress that helps him maintain his mystery, completely separating himself from the vanity of the scandalous world. Dear esteemed viewers, so we have gone through the full 18 stories, 18 hidden corners behind the most magnificent gates of the entertainment world together. These mansions are not just inanimate concrete blocks or flashy symbols of money. They are truthful mirrors reflecting the sweat, tears, sacrifice, and immense pressures that these great people had to exchange to stand at the peak of glory. The Our Memory Vault channel hopes that you have had moments of relaxation and truly meaningful, fulfilling contemplation beside your family and loved ones. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button Hit like and turn on the notification bell to continue accompanying us in our journeys, exploring the next interesting historical and cultural stories. We wish you abundant health and peace, and we will see you again in our upcoming videos.